Hey, give me 1 second, Brody. I'm getting the stream right. Hey, you a little teapot, short and stout. No. Oh. Yup, perfect. Get mine right for us. Don't drop my sandwich. You drop my sandwich, it's your butler, girl. Huh? Huh, nothing. Alright, bet. Let me see. I don't know my glasses at. That's cool though.
Ranked matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Glad to have you with us in Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas, home to the Jayhawks. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Syracuse Orange, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Kansas Jayhawks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Syracuse will kick off and we'll be underway. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone and it'll be a touchback. Complete to start this drive. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Quarterback may change this route. Handoff from the gun. Fighting off the defender. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Jayhawks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Got a man. It's carry on. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
The Jayhawks with the 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Might be looking to run. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. They'll move the wide receiver. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
They'll give it to the back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
This is an offense that prides himself on being physical, so you need 1 yard. Just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
And the Jayhawks kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. Using his feet to buy time. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Jayhawks.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive, cap it off with a touchdown.
And the extra point is good. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Still running at the 40. There he goes. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Syracuse right back at it.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get...
It's picked off, and that's number 10.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. The Jayhawks look to keep this drive humming. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. That's the end of the quarter. Kansas has the lead here. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense, next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And the Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. The sweet feet buy a little time. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, just nowhere to go there. And it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it. So he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Fourth down and 10, and barely a thought of kicking it. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete. A 4th down stop and the turnover on downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Give to the running back. Makes one man miss. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. Robinson will throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Syracuse.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gets rid of it. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Now improvising. He's going to take off. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Here comes the heat. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Might be changing the route. On 4th down, going to the air. Unleashes one deep. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Robinson looking to pass. Got it set up on the outside. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. And the referee's signal for the 2-minute timeout. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. fire. Shoots it to the left. Lost the defense, he's wide open. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Pressure coming. Dumps it off in the flats. Oh, he's got some space. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Dances away. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
From the gun, running back gets to give. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
And backed up, 1st and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. Trying to find the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Cuse.
Great job of execution in the passing game. QB and his target on the exact same page. The extra point now is going to tie this thing up. And they've got some real momentum here heading in at halftime.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ACC matchup that has just gone final. Minnesota packed a wallop today, and in many ways felt like it packed Gophers Nation with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead, it felt like a walk through the park in Minneapolis. Never know what can happen when two good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Trying play action. Starting to feel a little pressure. Got him downfield. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
Who needs a 2-minute offense? When you're this explosive, this offense creates the big play, completely flips the field position right away, now in a position to go ahead and score points before the half.
That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Under fire. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Jayhawks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Working that left side now. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
It's third down, and the line to gain is the 36. Quarterback making adjustments. Gets the back moving. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Robinson will throw. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Absolutely perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Corners are going to bail. Looking to throw on first down. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Cherry. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the second half.
Robinson looking to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. This time he's got it. They run him out of bounds. He gets it to the 47.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Syracuse lines up on third and short. Wants to throw again. Zings it complete to the right. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Orange. And that one will put him up here in the second half.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Carter. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's complete to the left. Turning it on. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
And the Jayhawks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Motion from the wide receiver. The give to the tailback. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off.
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. There he goes. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Syracuse. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. NC State looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over that field at will. They're up by 21 over Rutgers. If anything else happens in this one in the Pac-12 or anywhere else, we'll make sure you know about it. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires on the move. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
They'll run play action. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Throws to the wideout. He's open on the right. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on third down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Steps away. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. You talk about taking the wind out of a crowd. A fourth down conversion will do that.
Yeah, they were jacked up in here, excited. The fans get loud, rush the passer, and how about the conversion? The big fourth down conversion here in the third quarter to give yourself some life in a tight ball game.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Touchdown, Cuse! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
1 more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we are ready to put toe to leather. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays. Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Syracuse.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
Offense gets set for second down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Robinson will throw. Quarterback moving. Bought a little time, lets it go. Right on the money. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Orange. And the pummeling has started. With that last score, things comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Fires toward the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Rushes on him. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Off play action. Under fire. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
I think after failing on the 4th down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. Defense will take a timeout with 28 seconds left. And while they could run victory formation, you also have to think about padding those stats. And this one is anything but routine, a 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Fielded, and he loses the ball deep in his own end. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it out. It's Carter. Sometimes you just have to take the touchback. They get him down at the 4-yard line. They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. Going right to work up top. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to go up top on first down. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they've gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like, they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this...
Oh, he's got some space. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not, and that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.